By the beginning of the season last year, Charlie Sheen was making more money than any TV star ever, an estimated $2 million per episode on the hit sitcom 2.5 Men.
Look what we're giving the world. Whoa. It's like home cooking. You walk into the house of 2.5 Men, you can smell chicken pot pie. You can smell the love when you walk in that house.
Oh, you bad girl. You see, that's not a smiley face. Charming.
Hey guys, can I have your attention for a second here?
But after 8 successful seasons,
Here we go, and action.
Sheen says he was not feeling the love from show producer Chuck Lorre or the CBS executives who were on the shooting stage every day.
God! Hold on just a
second. We
second.
have an expression down there that the fun stops at 1. That's when they roll in. And they just puke all over it, and it's all about judgment. There's no real gratitude.
Teddy's friends are on these.
If they can't change that, they're not welcome in my perfect work environment. They're not welcome to be in the presence of what I'm delivering, because they just need to take a step back and say, wow, look what this guy's doing for us, for all of us.
So we're making money up the wazoo. So you're going to need a bigger wazoo. That's great.
The show was making the producers and CBS very, very rich. But in early January, Sheen's highly publicized after-hours exploits finally were becoming a problem on the set. He didn't show up after a weekend bender in Las Vegas. Days later, another party went on for 3 days until a neighbor finally called 911.
He's saying, don't call 911. He was very, very intoxicated.
Sheen says the police gave him a choice, jail or the hospital. He chose the hospital. With their 2.5 Men star imploding, CBS and Warner Brothers network executives decided to put the show on hiatus. At first, Charlie publicly thanked CBS and Warner Brothers, but it wasn't long before his pent-up frustration exploded.
Look what I'm dealing with, man. I'm dealing with fools and trolls. I don't have time for these clowns. I don't have time for their judgment and their stupidity.
CBS and Warner Brothers finally heard enough. They canceled the last 4 episodes of the season.
Tick, tick, boom. It appears that Charlie Sheen just imploded one of TV's most popular shows.
Charlie Sheen's out of work. CBS canceling that hit show.
Were you shocked when they shut down 2.5 Men again indefinitely?
Yeah, I was actually disappointed, because I thought, I think the mistakes I made is that people misinterpret my passion for anger.
Do you want 2.5 Men to resume next year?
Man.
Part of his strategy to get his job back, apologized to producer Chuck Lorre.
And what would you say to Chuck Lorre if he was sitting here right now?
I would say, I'm sorry if I offended you. I didn't know you were so sensitive. Sorry if I offended you.
Stopping the show is costing an estimated $250 million all around.
It's going to cost them a lot more, because they're on a battlefield and they let their emotions and their ego, basically they strapped on their diapers. And so they're in breach. They're in radical breach. And sorry, guys, you screwed up.
Are you going to sue?
Well, wouldn't you? I don't have a job. I got a whole family to support and love. And people beyond myself, people a lot more important than me, are relying on that money to fuel the magic.
Charlie's magic needs a lot of fuel from multiple homes, cars, girlfriends, and ex-wives. Child support payments alone are $110,000 a month.
Well, I hope you're not broke.
No, I'm not. No. But I was kind of counting on some of that money to get me through the summer. Now I got to work. But that's all right. Work's good. Work fuels the soul.
What are you going to sue for?
Tons. They're going to actually put it on a scale and be like, little more, little more. Add some gold, add some gold. All your toupees. Bingo.
Sheen is threatening to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit citing breach of contract and mental anguish caused by the CBS and Warner Brothers cancellation of 2.5 Men.
So I'm here to collect, and they're going to lose. They're going to lose in a courtroom. So I would recommend that they do an out-of-court settlement and fix this whole thing and pay the crew.
Yesterday, the producers agreed to pay the crew for the canceled episodes. As for next season, 2.5 Men may return, minus Charlie Sheen.
How are you going to get the show back on track?
I don't know if Chuck and I can ever work together again, but maybe 2 guys just sit in a room and just go, look, we hate each other. Let's continue to make some great television. Maybe that's possible. I didn't expect such a radical, like, reaction, such a defeatist move on their part to be like, we'll show him. We're going to take all the money from him and us. Winning. No, losing, guys. Sorry. Get your egos off the battlefield. Get them off the battlefield.
Okay, your passion is coming off as erratic
Right.
to people.
Well, you borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard. Yeah, because it fires in a way that is, I don't know, maybe not from this particular terrestrial realm, you know? When you got tiger blood and Adonis DNA, man, it's like, get with the program, dude. You've been given magic. You've been given gold.
Where, with all the pressures surrounding that star, is it an added challenge trying to treat a celebrity, trying to keep a celebrity clean?
Absolutely, it's an added challenge. If you are a celebrity and you have addiction, you're often surrounded by people who tell you what you want to hear, keep you from seeing the truth. In situations like that, people can sometimes be a lot sicker before they get help.
Psychiatrist Dr. Omar Menenjwala is the medical director of the prestigious Hazelden Foundation, an addiction recovery center in Minnesota. He's one of the nation's leading experts on addiction and mental health.
Because right now, today, defeat is not enough.
Dr. Menenjwala has not treated Sheen as a patient, but because of his expertise, 2020 asked him to watch our full interview for comment.
Because I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives.
Sheen rejects the public dissection of his indiscretions. What's worse in his eyes, medical experts weighing in.
Bring me Dr. Clown Shoes. I mean, who are these people? What right do they have to sit in judgment? You know, these talking heads. I mean, it's not their fault entirely because they've been given a platform. Boom, they believe it. You know,
He doesn't like doctors like you.
Yeah.
He doesn't like people judging him who don't know him. So he would say, what gives you the right to judge me and diagnose me?
He's got a point, because the reality is no one should make a diagnosis by watching him on video. But the other thing to say is that for people who have addiction, there can be a real profound sense of distrust of the medical community. We shouldn't expect someone who is suffering from addiction to understand, respect, and trust the medical profession. In fact, the opposite. It's our responsibility in the medical profession to reach out and try to heal those bonds.
A lot of people speculating out there about what could be wrong with Charlie Sheen. One of the theories is that he's bipolar. I asked him about that, so let's take a look at that. Some are saying that you're bipolar.
wow. And then what? What's the cure? Medicine? Make me like them? Not going to happen. I'm winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? If I'm bipolar, aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
What were some of the signs you saw that perhaps were indicative of someone who may have a bipolar disorder?
Bipolar disorder is a chronic mood disorder where people have highs and lows. It can be characterized by a decreased need for sleep, a lot of agitation or energy, arrogance, a sense of having special powers. So part of the problem is that those symptoms can be also caused by drug intoxication or even drug withdrawal.
What does Charlie Sheen need to do right now, in your opinion?
The most important thing to do would be to get an evaluation by a professional. It's important to emphasize that recovery isn't just not using drugs. And so when people suffer from addiction, it's not just the addict who suffers, but everybody is drawn into a chaotic web.
Sheen has accepted professional recovery help before. In 1998, he was treated at Promises Rehab Facility in Malibu, California. Shortly after his release, Sheen sat down with Charlie Gibson and championed his newly embraced lessons from recovery.
They just teach you about taking the power back, that there is a better way. You don't have to live like you did anymore.
How long did it take you to get past the idea that this is a line and really accept the fact that this philosophy could help?
About the third month there, it started making sense. I started seeing the progress in others around me, and I started feeling the progress in myself.
But the Sheen I met, the Sheen of today, says recovery is in his own hands.
Advice to other addicts?
I don't know. Fix yourself. Close your eyes. Change your brain. Quit believing, all this ancient, plagiarized nonsense.
The Charlie we saw in the 2020 interview in 1999 admitted he had an addiction. The Charlie we're seeing now says it's all about choices. Is this a very dangerous evolution?
Yes. Whenever someone with addiction believes that they can control their behavior, believes that they're able to manage on their own without help, that can be very scary and very dangerous. The reality is that when people have addiction, it's critical to get help, and treatment works.
For Charlie Sheen?
Just winning every day. Defeat not an option. I don't know. If the show doesn't happen, movies.
Charlie?
Yeah?
I've missed you.
Sheen's main focus now is to recapture his role on 2.5 Men.
Boom.
But if that doesn't work out, Sheen says Hollywood still has his number, and there are plenty of options on the table, including reprising Ricky Vaughn, his signature role in Major League.
Oh, we're doing Major League 3, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm training like that. Come on, I don't have to be in that shape for 2.5 Men. But my brain will be focused. My mind will be sharp.
How are you staying clean, aside from living in the moment and having this revelation? How do you do it?
It's just not even, it's not part of my conversation. I just decided that life exists completely with the moments inside the moments. That's what a life is.
Boom. So what's the most important thing for you to live for?
Everything. All of it. I can't specify one thing, you know. I don't know, just being known as a guy that wouldn't bow down to the stupidity and the paradigms that people worship that are rooted in foolishness.
Are you afraid to die? Have you ever been afraid to die?
Oh, who isn't? It's the greatest trip because they save it for last. You know, deep. Yeah, and it sucks that I have to do it too, but I don't know, heaven and hell, whatever. I just think it's different dimensions. You know, I think it just walk through different doors. Who knows? I don't know.
What will your tombstone say?
Something.com. I don't know what it is yet, you know.
I guess I'm just asking, do you want to live into your 90s?
Of course, I'll take 90 right now. I'll take 90 right now.